Welcome you all for today's session. Today I'm going to discuss about data integration, another pre-processing technique before going to do the data mining. What is data integration? The process of combining the data from the multiple heterogeneous data sources is nothing but data integration. But during data integration, we need to consider lot of the issues rise. So what are those issues? How to integrate the data? What are the techniques used for data integration? So one of the issues is the schema integration. So that is nothing but in one database, we use customer ID, another database, that is database table B, customer number. See this one here, both are same. In table A, it is customer ID, table B, it is customer number. So while integrating, these two causes problem. So that consider such kind of the issues. Integrate metadata from different sources. Another issue is redundancy. An attribute may be redundant if it can be derived from another attribute or the set of attribute. The inconsistencies in attribute or dimension naming can also cause redundancies in the data set. So identify real world entities from multiple data sources. So here we are getting the attribute may be redundant because in one database actual attribute is given directly, another attribute some derivation is given, from that we can get the same meaning. And another issue is detecting and resolving data value conflicts. For the same real world entity, attribute values from different sources are different. The possible reasons for all these issues are different kinds of the representations, different scaling methods, different naming conventions, different date conventions, all these. Suppose we are using any metrics. Somebody mentioned in the CGS metrics, somebody mentioned in the MKS metrics. So the different kinds of metrics we are going to use. These are the regions. Redundant data occur due to when integration of the multiple databases, object identification and derivable data. The same attribute or object may have different names, as I said in the previous slide. Derivable data, one attribute may be derived from another attribute or another table. Redundant attributes may be able to detect it by correlation analysis and covariance analysis. So here we are going to eliminate redundancies because during data integration. So the primary important thing is we need to eliminate the redundancies. So these redundancies can be detected by using two techniques. One is correlation coefficient, another one is chi-square test. So these two techniques we'll see in this slide. So the careful integration of the data, why we need to do these two? Because the careful integration of the data from the multiple heterogeneous sources may help reduce or the avoid redundancies and the inconsistencies and the improve mining speed. Obviously, we will get the good quality mining results. That's why data integration also one of the important data pre-processing techniques. So there are two techniques are there for integration, especially for avoiding the redundancies. So the first one is correlation coefficient. For given two attributes, correlation analysis can measure how strongly one attribute implies the other attribute based on the available data. So here we are going to see how A and B are correlate with each other. This is also called as Pearson product movement coefficient. So let us see by using this formula here, or base A comma B is nothing but correlation coefficient. We'll calculate using this formula where N is the total number of tuples and A bar and B bar as the mean values of the attributes A and B, and sigma A and sigma B are the standard deviation values of the A and B. And this one is summarization of the A and the B. Till all the values of the attribute A and B, we have to take the summarizing from N equal to 1 to N. If after calculating this one, if correlate coefficient correlate is correlation coefficient is greater than 0, then both the attributes A and B are positively correlated. So we can assume both are the highly correlated to each other. Strong correlation is there. If correlation coefficient is equal to 0 after calculating this using this formula, then there is no correlation between these two attributes. They are independent to each other. And similarly, correlation coefficient is less than 0. Both are negatively correlated. So those are, so one increases, other one is decreases. This is negatively correlated. And this is one of the method for eliminating the redundancy. Another method is chi-square test. The chi-square test is another statistical test which is calculated using the formula. The summation of the observed frequencies minus expected frequencies whole square divided by expected frequencies. This is a formula we are making use for calculation of the chi-square test. The larger the chi-square value, the more likely the variables are related. The cells that contribute the most to the chi-square values are those whose actual count is very different from the expected count. So let us see by taking one example. Here I am going to take the 1500 population for preferred reading. The persons, 1500 persons, their preferred reading versus gender. So gender I am taking male and female. Preferred reading like science fiction and the non-science fiction, who don't like to read the science fiction books. I am taking these two are the for finding the correlation between them, whether gender and the preferred reading influences each to other or not. So I created this contingency table. In this contingency table, where the values 250, 200, and 50,000, these are the actual frequencies. Whereas whatever we have in the within the braces, so 90, 360, and 210 and 840 specified here are observed frequency. So we need to calculate these observed frequency with the help of actual frequency values. So create the contingency table like this by using rows and columns format. Keep one attribute values here in the column format, another preferred reading in the rows format. I'm calculating the summation of the actual values, summation of the actual male, total number of males, total number of females, total number of persons like to read the science fiction books and the not like to read the science fiction books. Based on these values, we are going to calculate the observed frequency, expected frequency based on the actual values. How to calculate this one? We are going to calculate this value, how many males are like to read the science fiction. What is the observed expected value? This 90 we are going to get 300 multiply 450. That is the count of gender, that is male, multiply count of science fiction divided by total population. So 300 into 450 divided by 1500, the value we are getting 90. Similarly, for all the cells, we are going to calculate these values. Now substitute these values in the chi-square formula. That is actual frequency minus expected frequency whole square divided by expected frequency. So calculate all the values, four cells values here. We are going to get the 507.93. So the degree of freedom for this example is 1. That is number of rows minus 1. R minus 1 into C minus 1. Columns minus 1 equal to 1. This is nothing but degree of freedom. For this degree of freedom, chi-square value needed to reject hypothesis at 0.01 significance level. As per logarithm, this value is available in the logarithm book, which is 10.828. But our value is 7.93. So our value is much greater than the 10.828, and we can reject the hypothesis that gender and preferred rating are independent to each other. Those two are not the same. Two values are strongly correlated for a given group of people. So this is the chi-square test example. So these two are the mainly used for during the data integration. We have to take care about the redundancies. Thank you.